What's up, everybody? It's your girl Erica from the Classy Climb blog. Listen, how can you go from ashy to classy in 2 years? How can you go from broke as hell to some money in your pocket? A lot of people are like, yeah, I want to have my whole credit and everything done in 30 days, Erica. Let's just get a whole brand new life in 30 days. And I'm sorry to say, it doesn't work that way. Now, just like with fitness and diet and exercise and all those good things, this too will take time. Now, but here's the thing. You have to keep in mind that you're brainwashing yourself. And when I say that, it freaks people out. But you have to realize you've sat in school for how many years of your life? You sat in college how many years of your life? Half listening to information that pretty much doesn't serve you very well. Now, there's a proverb, not to get all religious, but there's Proverbs, it's 22:6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he gets old, he will not depart. Most of you are having the financial problems you are having because your mom and daddy. Hey, just saying. But after a certain age, you can't blame mom and dad because you have the opportunity to reprogram yourself. Many of you are living lives of low expectations because someone said something to you when you were 12. Some teacher said something to you. I've heard countless motivational speeches and been at countless seminars where the person on the stage said some person said something negative to them. And it burned into their brain as a child. Hence why when you're 0 to 10 years old, if you have a child that's 0 to 10 years old, you're not supposed to be criticizing them, cussing at them, treating them shitty because they will burn that thing into their head and carry it with them. It's very informative years. If a child can't read by 3rd or 4th grade, wow. I mean, between math, science, all of it, they're going to struggle. They're going to truly, truly struggle because reading and comprehension is the gateway to everything. Now, when I talk about training, a lot of you are like, yeah, I'm just going to start this business and everything's going to be wonderful and I'm going to be making, $10,000 the first month out. That's true. But guess what? To get to that $10,000 mark, it's going to require so much push, so much energy. It's going to take everything you don't got. Some people don't have the energy, the food, the diet. I meet a lot of guys in sales, and car sales especially, who are really overweight. And when you finally get down and talk to them, they're pulling long hours. They're working odd numbers. If they have a client there until 5:30, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, they're going to close that car sale. Why? Because that is what they're trained to do, is close the sale all day. Now, unfortunately, they eat out of vending machines and other stuff happens. There's a guy's channel. I'm going to have to find it. I'm going to have to write about it in the blog. But essentially, he ended up saying, you literally have to change your diet while you're at work or bring food to work. And many people have been accused of being weird or something's wrong with them. What are you in a competition? Why are you bringing food to work? Because you have to change what you're putting into your body, the energy level you're putting out, to have the change you want. Many of you will tell me a beautiful plan, and it is beautiful when I'm on the phone with you. But I know your timelines are totally compressed. Whatever I say throw a year on it. Whatever it may be, because some people will say, well, Erica, I can get this business up and running all summer and make a lot of money. Okay, but again, we have to say, what are you subtracting? Are you subtracting your regular full-time income? What if something happens to the equipment? What if something happens to rental property? All these things you have to make room for in your life and write it down. You have to kind of put that time frame in there. And what ends up happening is you have to brainwash yourself. You have to get immersed in that, whatever it is, whatever new job you're trying to take, whatever new career you're trying to start, you have to get immersed. You have to going to the conferences, going to the sales meetings, making the phone calls, doing the tactics. Many of you will watch a few videos and go, I'm going to start flipping homes, and haven't picked up a hammer in your whole life, not even to hang up anything. So you have to really kind of know, you really got to immerse yourself in what techniques work, how to discipline yourself, how to be focused. A lot of times when it starts with credit, I'll give you an example. Some people have credit they've been messing up for 10 years, and they got new information, like a computer. And they're like, oh my God, I learned this new information. Now I want to have shiny new credit in 60 days. No, we've got to dig through the muck and the mire and clean that credit up. It might not happen in 60 days. Why? Because it took years for you to get there. Now, once you start change can start today. Now, what do I mean change can start today? You can start doing different techniques, different tactics, all this other stuff. A lot of times why people are upset with the credit industry, just using an example, is they see, well, this other guy over here, he's got all these, trade lines on his credit, and now he's got 800 credit, and he's going to get credit cards. Trust me, Google videos on YouTube of people with 800 credit scores and getting turned down for credit because they don't have any primary trade lines. They ain't got no results. They ain't got no primaries. I can throw Uncle Billy's 30-year credit history on my credit report, but that don't make sense because I'm only 32. They're going to be like, that math don't add up. She's not even old enough to have credit like that, right? So yeah, trade lines help, but it's just a Band-Aid or it's a helper, right? Yes, some people can get a quick boost, but at the end of the day, you have, what is your primary account history? That's why the industry is going to change some more. That's why they keep changing these laws, and that's, the big credit hack that happened at Equifax is going to change some more of that for you guys. But that's just one example, okay? Credit is a predictor of your future payment history and how you're going to pay. Now, what do I mean by that? If you have defaulted 18 months into every single thing you've ever purchased, the credit bureaus know in 18 months you're going to default on everything you got now. It's what's your past 2 years been like? What is your patterns you're creating? That's why when people say, oh, this guy has potential, he's doing all this, I'm not looking at his potential. What is his results? What is he doing? Here's a perfect example. What has someone been doing for the past 2 to 5 years? That will show you everything you need to know for them. Now, somebody may say, Erica, don't talk about people like that. They can get out and start anew. Yes, any day of the week you can start anew, but patterns matter. History matters. Habits matter. If you are not retraining your mind, it's a tough thing. Now, listen, I'm not the skinniest girl. You guys know that. I'm working on it out, and I got a personal trainer when I get back to Austin. But there are some people I am interacting with at conferences and seminars. They're like, people are not working with me, and I think it's because of my weight. I had a guy, he was 400 pounds. I was like, bro, you gotta get that down. You gotta get that down. There's a lady who's 300 pounds, and she's like, I get so many comments, and I'm like, because it's just an indicator. They're not saying you're a horrible person. It's just an indicator. It's just a result of what's going on with your life. Now, at the time, she got other health issues, but when I post on Facebook all the time, I'm like, a 1 hour workout is 4% of your day. There's a whole series of summer videos I had posted where I was walking every day and talking and doing lives. And people were laughing like, why are you walking and doing lives? I'm like, I'm just trying to save some time. Y'all can ask me whatever questions you want, right? And what people don't understand is that is vital. Whether you're in sales, whether you have a new business idea, there has to be 1 hour a day of walking or some type of exercise. Now, I know people say, Erica, walking is not exercise. It is. It is. I've seen guys hurt their backs at gun ranges because they got big old bellies, they don't ever walk, and now they've got to run across the field and try to shoot in target practice, and their back is hurting. It all plays into your body. So now, if you say, Erica, okay, I want to 360 my life in 2 years, what would I do? If you want to 360 your life in 2 years, what I would prescribe you do is you got to get the books in there, right? I have audible.com. There's an ambulance coming by me, so sorry. I've got audible.com. Now, what does audible.com do for me? All right? Audible.com, when I go to the gym and I walk or I ride the bike for an hour, or when I get my personal trainer coming up, we're going to be, I'm telling them some of the books I have. My personal trainer asked me what books am I listening to. And what I do is I put an hour in the morning, hour at night. And so I'll go through several books. Golly. I go through at least a book a week because there's so many recommendations people have for me, and there's so many things I've already read. So sometimes I'll put something in Audible and be like, oh, I already read this, and get it out. But what happens is you're training your mind. One of the best books I can recommend for you guys is The Power of the Unsubconscious Mind. You can grab it on Audible. The Power of the Subconscious Mind, The 4-Hour Work Week, the expanded version, because it has testimonials in the back, and Cash Flow Quadrant by Rich Dad Poor Dad. Now, many of you are going to be like, oh man, Erica, you keep telling us about that book. Grab it, listen to it, read it. If you go to Erica's Favorite Things, I've always put the links. It's on the blog, Erica's Favorite Things. I have the books I read on there, and you can click whatever books you want and get them. But at the end of the day, Those are life-changing books. The Power of the Subconscious Mind, because if you dig in your mind enough, most of you have talents and skills that you never even thought of. A lot of you, if you're watching TV at night or infomercial, I hear this all the time. Man, I thought of that ideal. I totally thought of that ideal. Dang. So, and honestly, we all have a lot of similar ideals, but what happens? Whoever takes action on it first, or the best, gets the most attention, wins. I've had people come on here and say, well, you're doing like Dr. Boyce. I've been on YouTube longer than Dr. Boyce. Oh, you've been doing this like this person. I've been doing tax liens longer than that person. There's a lot of us in America and in the world who have similar ideals. The power is who takes action. That is why that article that said, it said meditation actually can be hurtful for people, because some people will just sit there and rehash trauma, sexual trauma as children, trauma as adults, mistakes they've made, and then get paralyzed in it. What did it recommend for you to do? It said find something you enjoy. It said cake, baking, food making. It said walking, exercise, all these things. Find something enjoyable for yourself to do. And when you find something enjoyable for yourself to do, do that, right? Do that, and that'll help you heal and work through a lot of your problems faster than sitting down meditating. Why? Because a lot of people are maybe depressed or sitting in sorrow about their life. And when they do that, that just gets them stuck. Now, in 2 years, if you're reading these books, what's another book I can throw in there? I'm trying to think. The One Thing by Gary Keller, right? And in the Gary Keller book, One Thing really points you to that. What's that one thing you're looking for? Now, most people say, oh, I need more money. Okay. What else? Why, right? It keeps asking you why. Why do you need more money? So I can live the life I want. Why do you want to live the life you want? So I can spend more time with my family. Why do you want to spend more time with your family? Because my parents didn't get to spend a lot of time with me, so I want to spend time with them now, right? Or whatever your case may be, you keep going to your why. Why? Because I see so many people that look like me that are struggling when they don't have to and they make good money. Why, right? Why do you do your business? Why do you make more money? Why do you want to have the kind of business you have? These are very important questions. Now, as you're reading those books and putting that good information in there, what happens? If you're reading these books, you're walking every day, you're getting the information in there, you're like, okay, a documentary many of you have already seen is it's like Fat, Sick, and Half Dead. It's like the book of juice. It was like the original documentary on juicing. Like when juicing craze started to come really big, he was the original guy on juicing, and he lost like 30 pounds or 40 pounds of juicing. And what I've noticed in Hispanic culture, a lot of people are like, man, Hispanic people eat a lot of tacos and cheese, and their diets don't look that great, but they do a lot of frescas. And I'm saying it not exactly right, but you in California and you in Texas know what I'm talking about. It's little juice stands. And what happens at the juice stand? They put spinach and mangoes and strawberries and bananas and fruits in there. And that's a very popular drink. Now, my friend was calling it sugar water. He laughs and calls it sugar water. And because we were at a restaurant. And I said, now look in the back and what they're putting in it. They're putting spinach, mangoes, bananas, strawberries, blueberries. And, you had a choice. They had papayas, all that stuff. And I said, that's where the juicing for Hispanics comes from, right? For their culture, they are juicing. They are putting the juice in. If you just look at that right there, if that's something they commonly drink. Now, you may say, well, Erica, that's too sugary. They should have more vegetables. Every culture has something they know to do well, right? There's a joke about ginger ale soda. Like, black people think ginger ale soda cures everything, right? But deep down, the root cause is ginger actually is good for your tummy. Ginger is actually good for your body. Ginger is actually good for your heart and blood pressure. These things are actually good for you, right? So again, you have to get down to your root causes. And when it comes to 2 year, like changing your whole life, it is a diet. It is a mindset thing, right? Many of you, when I go on this channel, I talk about investing $25 a week, $100 a week. Many people look at me like, oh, that's ridiculous. That doesn't add up to anything. But you do it for 2 to 5 years, you're talking about a different life. You're talking about if you get fired from your job, you have somewhere to pull thousands from. You're talking about if you focus really hard and put $200 away every week in an investment, at the end of the year, you could cash out that investment and go buy that rental property that you want so bad. If you just put away $28 a day, we've talked about this, and some of y'all get in the semantics in the comments. It's $27.85. Whatever, dude. $28 a day for a year. is $10,000. Now, I already know when this renders, someone's going to get in the comments and get out a calculator. That's the reason you're losing, okay? Like, that's the reason you won't win, okay? Because you're missing the forest for the trees. But $28 a day for a year is $10,000. And I learned this not once, not twice, but 3 different times from people who most people overlook. Pizza delivery guys. I was at a pizza delivery place in Georgetown. Every single man in there owned his own house. Why? Saving $28 a day for 1 year. They had a real estate person come in there. He was working there. It was before I got there. And he was in between jobs. He had lost his mortgage broker thing, whatever he had happened. But he was teaching all of them the game. How to get a house, how to get in the real estate market, how to buy a home, right? Your USDA loan area. Go buy a home now before all these people that are moving to Austin move to Georgetown and change the USDA no money down kind of laws area. And so all of a sudden, in 1 year, all those guys' lives changed. They had their own home, which saved them money on rent, because most people are renting something for $1,000 and the mortgage on it would be $300 or $400. I've seen it countless times. So right then and there, that's one way financially you can do it. That's one way with the books you can do it, refreshing your mind. 2, it's just no new debt, right? And people will be like, oh man, I knew she was going to go with that. But no new debt. I see a lot of people every 2-3 years get a new car and keep rolling over the debt. And well, I want to have something nice to drive to work. But what you're doing is entrapping yourself. And I said it in the other video the other day. The guy went and worked at a job making $70,000 a year. He had to drive an hour every day to work, and he was driving like a CRV, and guys were making fun of him for not getting a new truck. And he said, well, I just left college, so I just want to go ahead and pay my college off with my money that I make at work this year. Why get a new car? And he said every guy at that job site was pressured and joking, like, let's go eat out lunch every day. And he packed his lunch to work. And let's go get a new car. You know, all the guys had big boats. They had campers, and they had, you know what a camper is, right? Like a RV, that a camper you pull behind the truck, and boats. And they said, you know, why are you driving this old car? You're not having any fun. You don't have a boat. You don't have any of these other things. You don't have a motorcycle. And he realized all those guys, yeah, they made $70K a year, but they got the debt up to here, up to their freaking eyeballs. The debt is so high up to their eyeballs. Like, they can't do anything else but go to work. Don't be that person. No new debt for 2 years. It's not that hard. Now, if you say, Erica, it's for a phone, I'm gonna be like, But I had 2 guys who gave me a testimonial. They got a brand new phone, and they did DoorDash and Uber Lyft and all that good stuff. They were actually using the phone to make money. So I will give them grace. They did let me know in the testimonials that that's why they had gotten a new phone. So hats off to them. They're good. But again, the new phone shit is overworked. It's overplayed. Stop. You know, and people are like, well, I keep breaking my phones or stuff happens. And yes, that's true. Those things do happen. But here's the thing. In order to change your life in 2 years, it has to be this push. It has to be a push, but it has to be a big enough reason why you're pushing. Why are you pushing? What is it you're trying to get? Right? Thomas Jackson, Freedom Friday. It's a Freedom Friday. Make the life you want. Why am I saying that all the time on this show? Freedom Friday. Make the life you want. Because you can. If you look at Dave Ramsey, anytime, anywhere, some of you are struggling with debt, and you're like, Eric, I just want to invest. You got to have habits, right? Why do most people that do the Dave Ramsey program be debt-free in 2 years? 2 years. Because they have focus. They have a mission. This debt is smothering me. This debt is killing me. There's a person who watches this show. She lives in Houston. She worked a job for 18 years she didn't particularly like. She went and finally bought that condo she wanted. Her condo mortgage is $321. $321. So she was able to quit this job she didn't like all these years because she'd been saving money, but she didn't like the job. $321. How much does the rent on average in Houston right now for the same place she's getting for her condo? Rent in Houston is like $1,000, $1,200 in certain spots, but she's got $321. You could, for $321 mortgage, and I know people are gonna be like, "Oh, that's dramatic," but $321 mortgage for a $55,000 property condo, you could DoorDash in a weekend and do that. You could Uber in one weekend and get that money. You know, I mean, and so every time I tell her, hey, keep following up and check with me, she's able to travel now. She's able to enjoy her life. People really don't understand when I talk about the car debt. when you really add it up, the car, even if your car pay, like people's car payments are $321. That's how funny that is. Her mortgage is $321. People's car payments are $321. But then you're not even talking about people's insurance. That's another $125. Then you're not even talking about maintenance, gas. That's another $200 whatever dollars. So at the end of the day, you're chucking out about $500 to $1,000, because some of y'all got BMWs and Jeep Cherokees, and they're just paying $800 a month for a Jeep Cherokee. I've seen it. And when you say, well, all I need is, me and my husband just need an extra $500 or an extra $1,000 a month, there it is, right there in that vehicle. How do you change your life in 2 years? You have to be concrete. You have to write it out. There's so many times I keep telling you guys on this channel, please write down what you want. I can't tell you what to want. You know what to want. If you want you and your family to go to Europe on a European vacation, put it down and work for it for 2 years. Put, next year, next summer, me and my kids and my husband are going to go for 2 weeks to Europe. Okay? The biggest way to conquer something is to know the number and fight for it. The reason I was talking about passive income on this channel is because I seen with my own eyes, with low income for a little bit, throwing that money over there and then having a surgery where I had to go sit down and go, I'm good to go. Yes, starting a business is amazing. It's an amazing opportunity for growth, your income to grow. But at the end of the day, some of y'all could just literally adjust your W-4, stop getting new debt, and you'd have an extra $500 to $1,000 in your pocket. At all times on this channel, I'm going to recommend you make more money. But again, we have to know your why, right? We got to get to the why. So that's how do you change your life in 2 years, is really get the books in, reprogram yourself, because whatever your parents have programmed you to, you need to reprogram yourself, because if you don't, you're going to play out tapes of someone else's life. I've actually sat and just watched, I go on LinkedIn and I look at, review some people's stuff, review people's companies, but literally at some given point, you have to give, right? The reason I got a personal trainer is because I want to take it to the next level this summer. After I end up getting my surgery, I was just exhausted. I was like, something's got to give. Okay, next level, personal trainer. Okay, number 2, next level, Blue Apron, doing Meatless May for May, right? Next level is a certain couple conferences and seminars, right? Next level for me is paying for certain SEO. Next level for me is paying for certain Google AdWords. You have to know what your next level is, and if you're hitting this part, it's time to reach your next level. For you, it could be, okay, I'm frustrated about taxes. I'm frustrated about property taxes. I'm frustrated about inflation. When I go to the grocery store, my money's not stretching. Okay, what do we have to do to change it? Many of you go, I want to invest in real estate. Okay, well, what's the number we need? We have to have a number and a focus and a goal to get there. If I say, hey, you know what? To get the type of rental property you want, it's going to cost $10,000 to $12,000 down. And how do you want to do that? Oh, man, Erica, 10 to 12 down? Is there a way to do it no money down? And there are super crazy ways to do stuff. And that's why you should grab the real estate mastermind. I don't know if they still open it. I think it's closed, though. I think they've got all they want to get in there. But right? If you have a friend, like I was talking about the trucking business, the class is $350, or it might be $400. It might be $500 now. I don't know. Got to see. They're going to send me a link I can share with you guys. But you get there, right? You got the course, $500. You and a friend split it, $250 each person. You get the course. Okay, now you're listening, you're reviewing, you're like, we can do this. We can buy a truck, right? And you need for down payment is 10 grand. You bring 5, he bring 5, boom, you're in that truck. I know many people who watch this channel and other people who watch other channels who have over $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 credit cards. I'm not saying to use your credit cards to buy assets that way, but that's what I've seen people do. I've seen people go on vacations for a year long on a credit card. It's mindset, dude. It's mindset. A lot of you are mad about things because you didn't have the right mindset at the time, but now you can start over. So again, 2 years can change your life. You just have to determine what the goal is, where you're trying to go. What are you trying to do? So also, for those of you who are in Detroit, we have moved our time officially to the 17th to the 19th. I will be at Real Estate Thursdays on Thursday the 17th. and we will have more information like on the website, on my email list. Everybody will get emails. I'll be in Detroit. I don't know if everybody's coming from the group that was supposed to come, but Asha Denton will be there. I will be there. Real Estate Thursdays is in Detroit, and it's basically like a real estate RIA meetup. So that's where I'll be. I'll post a lot of more details. You want to come meet me in person, that's where I'll be. I think it's like 6 to 8. I'll have more details for the channel as we go. But we're going to be filming. So you might be on camera. You might be on a video. So we'll be filming some things. We'll be interviewing people and talking. It'll be fun. 2. Oh, what was my other in-house thing? Oh, you guys from the marijuana course, you've been amazing. That's still going strong. You guys who've been picking up tax liens, you better be getting them tax liens, man. It's tax lien season, baby. In a lot of places. Also, for those of you who want to talk to me, you know the consults are always, the links are always below. And you might want to get them in when you can, because this summer your girl is going on some travel. We're going to Canada, we're going to Alaska, we're going to Italy. Now, will I be doing some work while I'm there? Yes, but not as much as I'm doing right now. So worked hard for the past couple years, saved it up, ready to go. But let me see what some of your comments are. Ace the Coder, how about being a realtor? I'll be starting in 1 month. We'll work nights and realtor during the day. You know, at the end of the day, Ace the Coder, the number one thing you're going to want to do is get leads. Even, you know, with anything, with any business you start, with anything you start, who are your leads? Where do you get leads? How do you get leads? Are you a Craigslist? Are you knocking doors? Are you doing like open houses? You know, a lot of people in the real estate industry now are working in teams, right? Because the big name person on the team gets a lot of leads and they can't handle them all, and some don't even fit their criteria, so they go push it to other people. So that's one way you could do that. Cami plans. Good advice, Erica. Thank you. Giant Lifestyle just started making a YouTube channel, 600 last month. Do you help people as far as how to show them how to make more money with their channel consulting? Actually, I do, Giant Lifestyle. I've done several really good consulting mini groups with some other people, and so I think I'd be able to put the course together. But that course is probably going to be called Middleman to Millions, the online version. There's 2 courses to Middleman to Millions. One's going to be for service business, and one's going to be for online money. So we're just going to go over the different levels and kind of see more in-depth screenshots, things. You see how much money, how much, you know, transparency for how much making. We're going to bring on other YouTubers on there on that course, so they can kind of show you their backside numbers, but it won't be cheap. It won't be a cheap course at all. So, but it'll be available probably 6 weeks or so. I still have to get in touch with some of the people that I want to interview and put in that, because it's their private information, so I don't want them to feel like, who's going to see this? So Ace the Coder, I do. I walked every day. So right now I'm in North Carolina. My mom has been in the military 26 years. She does 3 miles every day. So while I've been here every day, 3 miles every day. She does not let you get a break. Frankie Robinson, greetings, Erica and everyone. Michelle Reese, hello. Love the video. Thank you. Frankie Robinson, you're right. Discipline is key. No new debt, man. No new phones. A lot of times when you see people's new debt, it's either a phone, or it's a phone eating out, or a car. That's usually the 3. It's just, that's what it is. Let's see. Thomas, Freedom Friday. Thomas, Tulsa Real Estate Fund relaunching June 1st. That is correct. They are. Again, you always, whenever you do investment groups, which I think Todd Capital is going to do something on that. Whenever you do investment groups, if you go through the government, you go through FCC and all these different ways, it will take a toll. It will take a time. It's just government and it's paperwork. So, Michael Watley, hello. Right? Discipline, focus, mission. It's really, that's just what it is. What's your mission? What's your goal? What's your focus? You know, how do you make this happen? Like when it comes to changing your life in 2 years, even just for a prime example with the online money, I've talked to many people in several different sectors of podcasting, YouTube, Instagram, and they go, yeah, I got all these subscribers and all these followers and I don't make any money. And I always go, what was your original mission? Was your mission to be internet famous, Facebook famous? Like there's a comment I say on Facebook, if you guys see me on Facebook often, it's like, I'm not here to be Facebook famous. I'm just not. You know, I'm here to serve, produce, serve, you know, serve you, serve me, right? Get paid from services. Make 6 figures a year online, make 6 figures a year in my painting business. That's my goal. That's it. That stays the goal. That stays the mission. what completes that mission, what gets us closer to that mission, how do we do that? So I'll just say I know many YouTubers and Instagrammers who I get phone calls from and I do consulting for. I'm making figures they're not making at all. And they've got triple, if not double, if not 5x what I have in subscribers and what I have in email list. So again, what is your mission? Because if you get on YouTube and you do what YouTube wants, or you get on Facebook and does what Facebook wants, and forget about what you want or what's your mission, you'll be out there. Erica Nicole, tell the truth. Erica Nicole is the truth, y'all. Check her out. Finding Your Own North Star, Martha Beck. Is that a book, Frankie? I might want to Google that. Nobody wants to work these days. I mean, it's crazy. You have to kind of get yourself around like-minded people, honestly. Davita Jane Brown, yeah, service business. She's got a lot of service right there. Check her out. Hair debt, yeah. Christine Jennings, hi Eric, awesome video, thank you. Well, here's the thing about hair. Now, I'm gonna give some people grace on hair, because if you go to work at like if where I'm at right now, you guys see my hair is kind of big today, not super too big. I've been at job sites where they're like, oh, you got to do something about that. You got to pull that back. You got to, I don't know what, it's just too much. And you're like, are you kidding me? This is regular, normal, curly girl hair. And I've stand beside white girls with the same kind of curly hair, and the boss say nothing. Or just says, well, she's got big hair. So do I. So again, on the hair thing, it's tough for me to tell people what to do. As long as it's functional for work, go ahead. But like me, I don't work in an office because I could not take every day having to brush my hair down so it's really tiny and tight. So I give people a little grace on the hair debt. Now, I won't give grace to men in those wigs. I've been seeing those videos on Instagram, and I keep posting them because they're funny, where they're literally putting like a whole wig piece on that man's head. You stop. You stop that. That is crazy. But yeah. Yeah. So anyway, that's how to change your life in 2 years. You know, you got to have a mission. You got to have a plan. You got to have a focus. And the better you focus and get on that mission, you know, what is the mission? Is the mission to get famous? Then, you know, some of these people, they got famous. But if the mission is to make money so that you live and do your craft, what you like to do, how you like to do it, then you need to have products and services. So for those people, middleman to millions, the online money side will be for them. Middleman to service businesses will be for other folks who are like, Erica, how'd you start your painting company? How'd you start it? What did you do? How do y'all get leads? How do y'all get money in? How do y'all get to six figures? That is what that class will be for. Now, I'll kind of extend that class a little bit and talk about other people's online business, or people's service businesses. But it'll cover kind of paint, lawn care paint, fencing, and handyman services. Essentially how to get your handyman services up to six figures. But because I just have so much experience in those. So that's kind of where it'll be, service business wise. And it won't be cheap either. Sorry. I mean, like, it just like the stuff that I'm showing you back behind the scenes of the house, it just won't be cheap. And so I don't expect a ton of sales, but I know those courses are going to deliver hot fire. You know, I'm going to show you the SEO stuff on the online side. I'm going to show you all the good stuff, and where you have to take it, because a lot of people just don't understand that, you know, at some point you have to have a team. A lot of people dream of this one man, one woman show where it's just you and you make $1 million. And I am learning very quickly why you need a team, how to build a team. Even when it comes to this YouTube thing, I have to get, for the next couple videos and for my summer travel, I have to have an editor. I am going to have some photography done. Man, I've got a blogger. I was looking for writers, looking for people to write for the blog. I was looking for lots of stuff. An SEO company in Austin. It becomes a team thing. So, it's very important. So again, what's your mission? If your mission is getting paid, you need to follow certain steps. If your mission is just being Facebook famous and you want to take pictures and look cute on Instagram, hey, I feel you there too, but it is what it is. You'll know what the results of that will be. No money, but looking good. And, you know, even with those, you got to count on the cost of personal trainer. I'm getting a personal trainer for 3 times a week for a month, and he's $500 a month. Now, he's giving me a little bit of a discount, but there's some people who charge $1,000, $2,000 a month for that amount of service. Even with the food care prep that I'm doing, That's going to cost about $300 a month. So again, if you want to be Instagram famous, YouTube famous for like trying to look cute, like it's going to still cost you money. You might as well make money while you can, right? A lot of people talk about cookbooks. When I talk about Darius cooks all the time, that's a significant 6-figure business. Might be 7-figure. I think he's 7-figure now. But it's all about the eyes and attention and conversion. So that's why we're doing that course. That's why it will not be quick. I'm going to keep talking about Middleman to Millions and the 2 different types of courses, but it will not be quick because it's not a, I'm going to just read this and I'm going to be done. Like, no, this is going to be a real actual course. So I hope you guys are taking advantage of the products that are getting put out, but it'll be probably a 6-week time frame, and I'll talk more about it in the next video. Radiance Music, thank you. You're awesome. Check out Radiance Music website, you guys. That's pretty awesome. I like the way they did that. So, and she can tell you about SEO too if you get a chance. So, Frankie Robinson said, I had to learn the hard way. You do not hire a bunch of winos to move your baby grand piano. You hire professionals in which will run you $200 and up. Yeah. Like my mom's learning right now. She's used 2 different contractors to do her floor. And I go, Mom, look them up. They're not the level of people you need to do your flooring in your house to have these brand new floors. So again, you'll pay either one way. You'll pay in poor service, poor quality. You'll pay in some way. So you have to figure out, you know, where do you want to pay. So everybody, this is Erica, Classy Climb Blog. Look forward to those courses. Thank you for your participation in the marijuana investment course. Sorry, it was a good looking man. Thank you for your participation in the tax lien course. You guys, I hope it's changing your life. And thank you for buying the Smartphone Millionaire book. You guys have a great day.